Welcome to this movie news segment from Movie Reedviews. My name's Cody Reed. I'm going to do a couple of these summer movie previews for May, June, July, maybe even August, so you can plan out your months and see what's coming out in summer, because summer tends to have a lot of blockbusters as well as some other good summer movies. People are out of school, so it's good to get a feel for what you want to see maybe coming up in the future weeks, or maybe notice some movies that wasn't on your radar to begin with. So we're going to start with May. There's 5 different weeks in May and quite a bit of movies, and so hopefully this preview will help plan that out. A little side note as well, I'm only going to focus on wide release movies pretty much. So there might be other little movies. I think there's like a zombie movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. It might come out May 8th, but that's only for certain theaters, and so it's a limited movie, and it might come out on different calendar days throughout May or June. So I'm only going to focus on wide release movies. So the days that I show you and the movies I show you, it should come out on that day at a theater near you so you can plan out your summer. Here we go! May 1st. So pretty much the only movie coming out on May 1st, very beginning of summer, is Avengers 2. Avengers Age of Ultron. And so it'll star the same Avengers, these superheroes that you love, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, as well as several others, and they'll come together to fight this evil robot, Ultron, who's trying to take out the Avengers, and he has this robot army. And so if you really like the, first Avengers and these Marvel movies, you'll probably want to go check this out, maybe even a couple times if you're a fanboy. So pretty much that's the only movie coming out because it's going to be a behemoth of a movie and no one wants to compete against this. Next, we move to May 8th, the week after Avengers. Pretty much the only movie coming out, because again, no one wants to compete against the Avengers, is Hot Pursuit. It stars Sofia Vergara and Reese Witherspoon, and it talks about a cop who has to protect the widow of a drug dealer who is being attacked from these other criminals and other, basically bad people. And so from this poster, I guess you can, pretty much figure out who the cop and who the widow of the drug dealer is, but it looks like it would be kind of a nice comedy between these two women, so we'll see. The third week in May, May 15th, there's actually a couple movies coming out because the Avengers, fandom will basically start dying down a little bit, so a couple movies come out. First is Mad Max Fury Road. Now, there have been some previous Mad Max movies in the past. I think it was like the 80s, maybe even 90s. These movies came out, so this is kind of like a sequel to those. It takes place in this post-apocalyptic world where this guy Max has to survive against people killing each other and just all this like war and craziness. And so if you want a good feeling for this movie, go check out the trailer. It looks really crazy and just wild. The other movie coming out is Pitch Perfect 2. Now I'm surprised. I really like the first Pitch Perfect, and so I'm really excited for the second one. It'll star a bunch of, basically these a cappella teams fighting against each other. You have these movies like Step Up where these dancers think they're all this and they compete against each other. So it's basically that, but with a cappella groups. And it'll bring back the same silliness and same weird, kind of like crude / interesting humor. So look for those two movies come out in the middle of May. Now we move on to May 22nd. There's actually 2 movies, again, coming out this weekend. The first one is Spy, which stars Melissa McCarthy, and she's been pretty funny in movies and kind of plays the same character, like this bumbling, kind of bigger character, but she's still pretty funny. And so in this movie, she stars this CIA office analyst who volunteers to go undercover against these arm dealers, and so you'll see her, gaining these skills, kind of like Get Smart, where she leaves the office type setting to go undercover and develop her CIA skills. That looks pretty interesting. The other one is Tomorrowland, which is based on the Disneyland, theme park area. And so it's basically this girl and this guy, George Clooney, as well as this younger girl, Britt Robinson, who come together to uncover the secrets of this mysterious place, Tomorrowland, which kind of, lives outside of time and space, and it's this alternate reality. So it actually looks pretty interesting. It's directed by the director of the 4th Mission Impossible and some of these other movies like The Incredibles, and so it looks pretty interesting. My hype for it has gone up. Lastly, May sneaks in another weekend with May 29th. We got 3 movies this week. Oh my gosh! The first one is San Andreas, which stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and it's about the San Andreas fault splitting, causing destruction and chaos in California. So, yeah, disaster movie, but it looks awesome. The next one is Insidious Chapter 3, and I guess it's a prequel to some of the other ones, which I haven't seen, but from what I understand about this one, it's about this girl who has this ability to contact the dead, and she helps this other girl who's being, targeted by demons or spirits or something like that. So this girl helps out this other girl, and it's a horror movie. Lastly, we have Aloha. That's goodbye and hello in, Hawaiian. So Aloha stars Bradley Cooper as well as Emma Stone and some others, and this ex-military veteran dude returns to his home area to reconnect with his lost love, but then he also starts falling for his officer friend who is helping him with something. So it looks like more of a simpler, smaller type movie, but pretty interesting as well. So you have a nice variety, May 29th. So that's it for May. Hopefully this May 2015 summer movie preview guide kind of helped you plan out your movies. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be doing previews for June, July, maybe even August, so you can plan out those months as well and see my other reviews that will happen. And then lastly, make sure to send me an email at moviereedviews@gmail.com. Tell me what you thought of the video or send me some questions about movies and we'll talk about it. Thanks so much for watching and happy summer!